Join me as I dive deep into the Georgia shooting news to piece together what really happened and why it should matter to all of us. On February 15th, a devastating shooting incident shook the state of Georgia, leaving many in shock and sparking a much-needed conversation about gun violence. Gun violence is a pervasive issue in Georgia, with the state consistently ranking among the top 10 in the country for highest gun death rates. This isn't just a matter of statistics, though. Behind each number is a family torn apart, a community left reeling, and a sense of public safety compromised. When we talk about gun violence, we're talking about the lives that are lost, the families that are devastated, and the fear that permeates our communities. The impact of gun violence on communities in Georgia is palpable, with many residents feeling like they're living on edge, never knowing when the next shooting might occur. It's not just about mass shootings either. Every day, people are losing their lives to gun violence in Georgia, and it's time we take action to prevent these senseless tragedies. By acknowledging the scope of this problem, we can begin to work towards solutions that prioritize public safety and protect human life. Moreover, the correlation between gun ownership and gun violence is undeniable. States with stricter gun laws tend to have lower rates of gun death. So, what can we do to address this issue in Georgia? For one, we need to have a nuanced conversation about responsible gun ownership and the measures we can take to prevent guns from falling into the wrong hands. On the evening of February 15th, a shooting incident occurred at a local business in Georgia, leaving multiple people injured and sparking widespread concern. As details began to emerge, it became clear that this was no ordinary shooting. The incident had all the hallmarks of a preventable tragedy. According to eyewitnesses, the shooting occurred when a disgruntled former employee returned to the business with a firearm, seeking revenge against his former colleagues. The police responded quickly, but not quickly enough to prevent the harm that had already been done. As the investigation unfolded, it became clear that there were multiple red flags that had been missed. The shooter had a history of violence, and yet he was still able to access a firearm. The incident itself was a harrowing reminder of the risks we face when we fail to take gun violence seriously. But what's even more disturbing is that this incident could have been prevented if we had more stringent laws in place to prevent guns from falling into the wrong hands. The community's response to the shooting has been heartening, with many residents coming forward to demand change. Local leaders have begun to discuss potential policy solutions, from strengthening background checks to increasing funding for mental health services. It's a start, but we need to keep pushing for more. We owe it to the victims and their families to create a safer, more compassionate society. One of the most significant revelations to emerge from this story is the need for more robust support systems for individuals struggling with mental health issues. The shooter's history of violence was a clear warning sign, and yet he still managed to access a firearm. This is a wake-up call for all of us. We need to invest in mental health services that can provide a safety net for those who are struggling. As we move forward, it's essential that we prioritize the safety and well-being of all Georgians. This means having tough conversations about gun ownership, social services, and the role of the state in preventing gun violence. In conclusion, the Georgia shooting incident is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of gun violence. Let's honor the victims and their families by working towards a safer, more compassionate society where everyone can thrive. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.